Home on your front row, Brexton Bush, the 18, and Braxton Weegar make up row number 2. Jackson L, Braxton Flatt make up row number 3. Row number 4 will be the 71 of Tate Gurney and the 19 of Norman Gerard, Dawson Wood, Cameron Marcia, Adam Presnar, Maverick Page, Brody Davis. The field comes to green for your restrictor IPOC A feature. And the race is on down into turn 1 and 2. The field will make it down into 3. Your early race leader will be the 000 T, but we're going to see the caution as 2 cars get tangled up, and into the infield goes Maverick Page and Kyle Hooper.
See, Huss, this is a deal I made with the drivers years ago. If I ever don't get all the way through the starting lineup, they promise to go yellow before they get to the end of the first
Brody
lap.
Davis and Kyle Hooper were in row number
so I can finish the lineup now.
7, 11S of Shyla Ernst and the 3R of Ryan Ulley were row number 8, the 66 of Brooks Bowie and the 53 of Natalie Hubbard were row number 9. W.J. Campbell and Noah Britton were row number 10, and Colette DeCero and Colton Spencer were row number 11. Real quick, a lot of folks watching at home. Things starting to get good here as your Restrictor A feature and your non-wing main event will finish out the night here at US 24 Speedway. A lot of folks and friends back home in Oklahoma tuned in. I got to say thanks to Daniel Schaefer, Keely Bolding, Ricky Bobby checking out the broadcast. A shout out to one of our partners in crime here with Power Eye and Start to Finish. Alan Staley tuned in. And somebody named Amber Sokol tuned in. I wonder who she's watching as we get ready to go green here for this Restrictor A feature. Second time will not go green.
Again.
Oh boy, hold on here.
Presnar in the 23 got turned around. Bowie in the 66 gets collected. Ryan Ulley is around the front stretch.
Plenty of close calls on that one too, because we saw Dawson Woods kind of get tangled up and then biked up and then set back down and then wheels up and then...
Yeah, kind of looked like the front of the field slowed a little bit coming through 3 and 4, looking to get a jump. They'd gone high and then tried to diamond across the bottom, and the guys in the back all just ran out of room. And by the way, I was supposed to say that the 1K, that's Cool Whip Colette DeCero in the 1K car. So
Cool Whip?
Cool Whip Colette.
Cool Whip.
In the 1K car out
what do you
back
mean,
there.
Cool Whip? How are you saying it?
Cool Whip
Cool
Colette
Whip.
DeCero. You know, as in that delicious treat that you put over the top
Cool
of pie and stuff. Yeah, Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
I didn't ask. You don't need to know. I just pass along information, much like Ron Burgundy. Well, let's see if third time's a charm. Ryan Ulley around the 3 car. Well, we talked about what condition the track's in, and I see the water truck all ready to come out, and I know that Johnny Boland's down there with a screwdriver trying to flatten the tires. He wants the track to say exactly like it is. Johnny Boland's about to lay down in front of the water truck. No, don't touch it, Jim. So these restrictor kids will line up, try it again. TJ Stark, Cash Lacombe, love the way it worked out. The guys that won the 2 features. Oh, and I hate to see this. Ryan Ulley, the Roos by Ulley number 3 car, going to go up on the hook. These guys have had a fast ride all year. They started off the season with a bunch of engine problems, and since then, mechanical problems caught up tonight in somebody else's drama. And looks like going to be the end of the night for Ryan Ulley in that 3 car, the Lucky 7 technology machine, on a hook and heading out. So it'll be TJ Stark, Cash Lacombe, row 1. Brexton Bush, Brexton Weger, row 2. Jackson Nail, Braxton Flatt, row 3. Tate Gurney, Norman Gerard, row 4. Dawson Woods and Cameron Marsh, row 5. Row 6 will now be Brody Davis in the 10 and the 53 of Natalie Hubbard. Those two got together twice last night. Now they start side by side. Shyla Ernst in the 11, and outside of her will be the 16 of Noah Britton. Then it's Brooks Bowie in the 66, Colton Spencer in 64, W.J. Campbell in 12, Colette DeCero the 1K. And then we've got Hopper.
The field into turn
Campbell
number 3. Out of turn number 4, the IPOC restrictor feature goes green. Down the front stretch into turn number 1. TJ Stark, Thursday night's winner, being chased by last night's winner, Cash Lacombe. Brexton Bush, they're going to be in third. As they work lap number 1, Braxton Weegar going to be fourth.
Wings up for the restrictor cars down the backstretch. TJ Stark gets away from Cash Lacombe. That's the way it worked out last night, but Stark got caught up in some traffic. Lacombe came through to take the lead and eventually the win. See if history repeats itself tonight. Braxton Bush runs in third. Braxton Weger in fourth, and fifth place is Braxton Flatt.
Braxton Flatt holding on to a top 5. Drivers behind him vying for position. Braxton Bush tried to take a look at Cash Lacombe a few laps ago, and here he comes again, a head full of steam into turn number 3. But Cash Lacombe will close the door. B-Rex going to get elbows up there to serve Pro 18.
The law firm of Braxton, and Braxton as they head down the backstretch, third, fourth, and fifth. It's Jackson Nail running in sixth place in the 14. We've got a caution, car of trouble over in turn 1 and 2. Maverick Page in the 71 car.
Natalie Hubbard in the 53 also involved there. The nose wing looked like it's tilted up. Out of whack on the 53, a flat left rear as well.
Tough break for Natalie. Has not had a lot go her way this weekend. Her first ever visit here to US 24. Personable young lady driver out of Illinois. Big things expected for her, and hope to see her back here somewhere in the future. Good run early for Shyla Ersch. Shy was the hard charger on Thursday night. Missed the setup last night, finished deep in the feature, but she's charged up into the top 10 already. So under caution, 4 in, 21 to go. TJ Stark, that big lead of his now gone. Cash Lacombe second, Braxton Bush third, Braxton Weger running in fourth, Braxton Flatt fifth, then Jackson Nail, Tate Gurney, Norman Gerard, Dawson Woods, and Shyla Ersch the top 10. 11 through 15th, Cameron Marcia, Kyle Hooper, Brody Davis, Cool Whip, Colette DeCero, and Colton Spencer. Then back through the top 20, W.J. Campbell, Adam Presnar, Brooks Bowie, and Maverick Page as Natalie Hubbard's 53 car towed off the racetrack. That'll be the end of her night. And the folks for Denton Super Lube seeing their favorite car towed off back to the pit area. Not sure if there is, I believe there is a work area, so that's why they took it that way. They've taken it into the work area. Perhaps they can get something fixed quickly. But beyond ripping the nose wing off, not sure they're going to have time to get a whole lot done, as this lineup looks like it's already just about set. I believe they are given 1 minute.
Left rear is flat on that 53, and we'll see if they have time. They're going to work on it. Good shot there on the start to finish broadcast. That's what I like to see. My team working. Team getting in there.
Nothing works better as a jack than a wrecker.
Out.
A wrecker is the best jack you can have. All right, time to take that tool you tighten the rear wheel with and beat the wing off the car.
Karate kick. Karate kick got it done.
Sometimes the tool there becomes
a little forceful rearrangement of the non-wing, or of the nose piece rather.
It's what's referred to as the speed wrench.
There you go.
So see if Natalie is cleared to return. Looks like she will be.
Add a crew. That's what I like to see. Big work going down on the work area. Good job down there from Eric, our infield camera operator.
Say she's going to have a little push in the car from now on.
Coming back to green, the IPOC feature event for the restrictors.
Oh, and she runs into problems in the backstretch. She ran into the back of Maverick Page. And the caution comes back out. Down the backstretch, she was catching the field, and the leader kind of parked the bus in turn 3, and everybody jammed up behind him. And poor Natalie had two choices: drive over Maverick Page or toss it sideways. And she took the latter of the two. She's going to be allowed to continue on. Really was not her fault. She was being told by officials to hustle up, catch the tail of the field, and the tail of the field stopped. It's kind of like when you're going through the yellow and the guy in front of you chickens out.
Field works into turn number 3 to the green out of turn number 4. We're racing in the restrictors down into turn number 1. TJ Stark, that race leader. Cash Lacombe in second. Third will be Braxton Bush as Braxton Flatt looking to the inside of Weegar. The battle for fourth out of turn number 4. Weegar has the spot there, the top notch. number 31 BW trying to track down the 18 of Brexton Bush. Norman Gerard with a run here for the 6th spot. 7th spot goes to 19. Tate Gurney holds on to the position for the time being as TJ Stark opens up a commanding lead over the field, and trouble there for Cameron Marcia. Gets up into the loose stuff out of turn number 2.
TJ Stark has checked out by just under 2 seconds already on Cash Lacombe. Wenger in the 31 coming up to challenge the back of the 18 of Brexton Bush. Then it's going to be Braxton Flatt, Jackson Nail. Charging up the inside, Shyla Ernst still on the move. She's now 8th place in that Comac car number 11S, and she's coming after Tate Gurney in the 71.
Yeah, Shy looking really good here. The 11S working on the 71K of Tate Gurney. Watching the leader come up on lap traffic real quick right now. He has well over 2.5 seconds on the field, but lap traffic might have something to do with this one, as Cash Lacombe there, the Lumber Lounge, F&N Performance 97, chomping at the bit to try and reach the 00T.
This is where the story turned last night. Stark was wicked fast out front, but he had trouble navigating the lap traffic. Halfway through, long way to go, and he's now at the tail of the field. We'll watch the gap first to second. It was 2.3 seconds. Stark gets around Brody Davis. Now tries to work on Natalie in the number 53. Meanwhile, Cash Lacombe is coming. It was 2.3. This time by, it's down to 2.1.
Yeah, right there where whenever TJ Stark reached lap traffic, he had 2 cars battling for position right in front of him. That allowed Cash Lacombe to close the gap, and Lacombe closes it even more by a tremendous amount this last lap. Can he still maintain that speed there, the 97, as TJ Stark working into heavy lap traffic?
One thing we saw last night, Cash Lacombe was much more comfortable going to the outside with the lap cars than was TJ Stark. Stark continuing to try to take all the lap cars on the bottom. Meanwhile, it's coming down even more. It was 1.6, now 1.4. Here comes Lacombe. Stark finally gets around the inside on Campbell, comes up on the back of Bowie. Lacombe has cut it down to about 12 car lengths, but there's still 2 lap cars in that gap.
You know, for no more laps than Brexton Bush has in a restrictor car, I'm pretty impressed at what he's doing here tonight. Running down the 97 of Cash Lacombe, Brexton Bush currently half a second back for that battle for second spot, as Braxton Weegar and Braxton Flatt will round out the top 5, currently running lap number 19 of 25.
Stark gets by DeCero as Wenger still trying to get by Natalie, and Cool Whip off to the infield. Tough break for DeCero, end of her night. Down the backstretch, Stark still trying to get around the number 66 car of Brooks Bowie. Still can't get past him. Meanwhile, Wenger has been, Cash still caught up behind the number 53 of Hubbard. That lets Brexton Bush come in. Stark with less than 5 to go.
Less than 5 to go here in this IPOC Racing Restrictor A feature event. Brexton Bush trying to get 1 spot better here as TJ Stark kind of lets Bowie go a little bit here to work his way around another lap car. Doesn't want to quite push the issue here and take himself out of the race lead as they work down into turn number 3. Get ready, get set. We've got 2 laps remaining, 2 to go as the field works down the back straightaway.
TJ Stark down the backstretch, still chasing the Bowie number 66. Meanwhile, farther back, Cash has still not been able, Lacombe has still not been able to get around Hubbard. Brexton Bush right behind him. Down the backstretch comes TJ Stark. Bring him around, Hoss.
TJ Stark for the final time, going to point it into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, TJ Stark will get the win. Cash Lacombe will cross in second, and Braxton Bush will round out our podium here in championship night of the KKM Challenge for your restrictors here at US 24 Speedway.
Braxton Wenger will come across for 4th. Braxton Flatt 5th. Jackson Nail 6th. Great run by Shyla Ernst. Shy comes home 7th tonight. Kyle Hooper 8th. Norman Gerard 9th. And Tate Gurney rounding out the top 10. Good run by the restrictors. Little issue early on, but then it was green to checker the rest of the way and into the victory lane for the 2nd time this weekend. Got the win on Thursday. Closes it out on Friday. It's the Joe's Racing Products number 00. And oops, went to victory lane before he went to the scales. So we've got a little bit of procedural before we get there.
Yeah, definitely want to make sure that We verify he does make weight
Did not pass go.
across the scales. Cannot collect the paycheck just yet. Got to make sure the Joe's Racing Products MJM 00T meets requirements at the scales. And while we do that, I want to give a round of applause and a shout out to all the photographers here tonight at the US 24 Speedway. We sure do appreciate you all being here and being a part of our event. As TJ Stark up on the scales, we will work to bring TJ Stark around to victory lane as he pulls up into Ibach Racing KKM victory lane. It's the Joe's Racing Products, FK Factory K and MJM Racing Engines 00T. Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Stark. We will send it down to Scotty Cook. He'll have word with our top 3 finishers. Scotty.
Well, thank you, Hoss. It's a long way from the Mile High City to the state of Indiana, and this young man out of Denver, Colorado, just got it done from the pole, uncontested, to the championship for stop number 3 of the KKM Challenge. And this young man's got a load of personality, let alone a lot of talent. How about that, young man? Great job, TJ Stark. You're pretty doggone proud of yourself right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself and the team. My dad a lot because he cleaned the car 2 nights in a row. Definitely a rocket ship for sure. But yeah, just thanks to him especially. He's been working on this car all day, and I couldn't be in victory lane without him. But yeah, super awesome to win here. I mean, for KKM, I've never won like a full night of it. I won prelims here and there, but never like a full night. So that's pretty cool. But yeah.
You've got to be pleasantly surprised with the margin of leads you had. You, by the time you caught lap traffic, you were able to put 2 or 3 cars a lap down before Cash got there. Very, very dominant race car.
Yeah, it's very dominant, especially in clean air. We were in staging, and Dad's like, yeah, if you get in clean air, this thing's going to be super fast, but definitely fast. I don't know, like, the seconds, how good it is. I'm sure Haas will say the numbers up there, but I thought it was pretty dominant. But yeah, super cool to win here, and second time ever being here, considering we went here last Saturday to do some testing. But yeah, super cool.
And you'll be able to carry some momentum into the Southern Illinois Raceway.
Yeah, hopefully. The goal is just get there because I have to go back to school. But yeah, hopefully go to SIR. I know originally we were in 3rd for points going from Plaza to this, but God only knows what we are for points right now. I hope we're 1st, but yeah, super cool to be here. Thanks for all the fans for coming out. Thanks to my mom, my dad, my sister, Joe's Racing Products, MJ Performance Engines, FK Shocks, and everybody else who helps back home. Thanks for Frank and Matt for bringing the restrictor. Literally wouldn't be able to race this thing without them. And thanks to the whole F&M crew.
And to think you got to worry about school going into the stretch run of the KKM Give Back.
Yeah. Personally, I'd rather be doing homeschooling just in terms of the racing stuff. But school's got priority according to my parents. But we'll get these cars rolling. We'll get them out there.
Great job, son.
Thank you.
Denver, Colorado's TJ Stark, your restricted champion for the KKM Challenge here at the US 24 Speedway. Your Victory Lane interview brought to you by Laramie Crane. And speaking of Laramie Crane,